name's Sam Bancroft. I've worked with First Financial Bank since 2005, through many bank name changes, that is. I'm originally from England. You can tell this is not a Cheatham County accent. But I've been in Tennessee for 22 years. I've been married for 15 years to my beautiful, amazing wife, Carla, and we have an 11-year-old amazing son, Ethan. I've been a part of the chamber for probably as long as I've been with the bank, but as far as serving on the board, probably about close to 10 years. I served as the president for a few years. I don't remember the exact years, maybe 2017, 18, around there. I just like being a part of the county, being out in the community, and my personality is to be around people, and that's what I enjoy. The last year has been challenging for us all, as you know, with COVID finally starting to go away, but it didn't go away as much as we hoped. But thankfully, I think we're getting close to being past that. But as far as being in a small town, I think having connections with people that you know, where if there is something that you may need and you're not sure where to go, someone's always going to know in a small town, so that's nice. You can reach out to those you feel comfortable asking questions with and say, hey, I've got this issue, who do you recommend I talk to? And having that connection, in a small town, Ashland City, Kingston Springs, Pleasant View, Pegram, all the areas in Cheatham County, you can find the answer. So it's really important to make them connections in small towns, so when something larger looms, you know who you can get to. Cheatham County community is special to me. Even though you have the 4 separate towns, they are all very distinctly different. But I can definitely say when something happens within the county, the whole county comes together. Looking back to the flood in 2010, everybody came together, whether it was from the south side of the county, the north side, the central side. Everyone came together, and with the recent tornadoes down in the Kingston Springs area, working with the people at the Ark, they've seen help come from all over the county. So I think not just in disaster times, but in the growth that we're seeing, it's nice that the county comes together as a whole, helps each other when they need it, again, whether it's in times of need or just times of growth, and I think the chamber does a great job at bringing the four areas of the county together. My hope for Cheatham County's future is to continue to see the growth in a positive way that we've seen over the last few years. The continued greatness of the schools in Cheatham County. The schools here have recently been they've been awarded some great awards for the work they've done through COVID. And the director of schools, Dr. Kathy Beck, has done a fabulous job since she came on board years ago. So continue to see the schools do well. If the schools do well, them children are our next, they're the future, so they're the next generation. And with the growth that we're seeing throughout the whole community, the whole county, we're going to need them children when they're older to take over from the elders and keep moving it forward. So I just hope to see the continued growth in a controlled way as we've seen but finally got to see. So just continue to see everyone come together and make Cheatham County grow. One piece of business advice that I've received that has probably changed my perspective, being in the banking industry, all banks offer the same products, checking accounts, saving accounts, CDs, all kind of loans, but to me it's the personality of the person and the effort and commitment that you can give to each individual. I've always kind of had that, but I remember a good friend of mine, and probably my biggest mentor, that was my former boss, Todd Stansel. He told a story one time about, you know, a gentleman walking in his office in his overalls and nothing underneath, and he sat down and he paid him just as much attention as a gentleman would be with a shirt and tie. And what the end of the story is that the gentleman was worth multi-million dollars, but from the outside looking in, you wouldn't know it. So his advice that he told me many years ago, that was, you know, treat every individual the same as you would the next. You never know from looking at somebody. You don't judge a book by its cover at all. So, and you never know where that can lead you. So definitely never judge a book by its cover, and treat every single person you deal with the same respect and integrity. The Chamber has helped me grow in my career in the bank by allowing me to join the board almost 10 years ago, and make them connections with the other board members, being invited to Chamber events and meeting a lot of people through that. That again, it just gives you that opportunity as a referral source. You know, you may meet somebody that, you know, is an attorney, and eventually a customer may come in and say, hey, do you have any recommendations of an attorney I may reach out to? And you have that connection of saying, hey, go ahead and call so-and-so, you know, tell them I told you to call. So they feel a little bit more comfortable than just showing up in an attorney's office. You know, they've got kind of that bridge. So I think the Chamber does a wonderful job with that. You know, scheduling the events it does throughout the year allows all the business owners, all the business workers, people throughout the community to come together. So I think that's one thing that they've done. Misty, Tanya, and Gina previously have done really well over the last 6-7 years of growing the Chamber, but, you know, growing the community as a whole too, and keeping everybody together.